quite a big development in the WEF. Klaus has been heading up that organization for 50 years or more. So he is stepping down. What do you think this means for the WEF moving forward?
I think the situation with Klaus that's really interesting is that he's been very influential across, as you say, a 50-year period. And he came back from the Kennedy School of Government, where he was a protege of Henry Kissinger in 1971 and started what he called the European Management Forum. So it was a sort of a group of Europeans together to try and plan out economic options for the future. And it morphed into what he called the World Economic Forum in 1987. And so there's been a long history. Klaus himself has gathered a range of degrees. He's got 17 honorary doctorates, apart from his original degrees in economics and in engineering. So he's a very influential guy, and you only have to see him at the various meetings with Ursula von der Leyen and others. He refers to her as Dear Ursula.
Dear Ursula.
She calls him Dear Klaus.
Dear Klaus.
He's become very close to the rich and powerful, and the World Economic Forum has become extraordinarily influential.
Last year, President Trump spoke, and you've had Xi Jinping. In recent years, you've had Vladimir Putin, President of France, Chancellor of Germany, leaders from all over the world.
Usually, the presence is the result of longer friendship in certain cases, or at least relationship.
So I think it is interesting that he's standing down, but it's unlikely to have a big impact on the trajectory, which is already extremely important and has gained such a lot of credibility with the powerful industrialists and also the politicians.
Do you think we should be pleased that Schwab is stepping down, or, as I mentioned, does this just pave the way for someone even more radical to take the reins?
There's 29 people on the board of trustees, and they include people like Queen Rania of Jordan, Al Gore, the president of the World Bank, the president of the IMF, the president of the WTO, the director general of CERN. It goes on and on through the European Central Bank, the president of Singapore, groups like the CEOs of Accenture and Nestle and Bain and BlackRock and Salesforce. So there's this extraordinary grouping, and then there's a managing board of 7, which also includes Klaus's son, Olivier, and then there's an executive committee of 37. So I think Klaus has put a structure well in place that when he's gone, there's going to still be the extraordinary agents of influence. And of course, the World Economic Forum has tied itself pretty closely with the United Nations as well.
Express my deep gratitude to Chairman Klaus Schwab and to President Borge Brende for the fantastic cooperation that the World Economic Forum has been providing to the United Nations, and at the same time to congratulate you on your anniversary. I mean, 50 versus 75, we are a little bit older, but we look at our young brother with a lot of sympathy, a lot of commitment, and a lot of best wishes for the extraordinary work that the World Economic Forum has been doing.
These are the ultra-globalists who believe that there's a group of people that should be in charge of the world.